Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a while here since I've been posting regularly on the channel, and I just want to say first of all, it's been tough because I've had a hard time getting on the channel regularly lately. Life's been kind of taking over, but a few things I want to talk to you guys about today really quickly. Time is just of the essence. I'm trying to get this in before work. I've been trying to get a video in for days, but the opportunity just hasn't been presenting itself. And it's a long story in a sense. Everything's okay, but I just want to let you guys know what's been going on. A couple updates for you guys. All right. So the Montreal Canadiens season is about to end here. There's only a handful of games left, about 7 games left. And draft season is upon us, and all the rumors are flying about who the Canadiens might take in the top 10 already. Where will the Habs select in the top 10? That's kind of a big question mark right now, because right now they're poised to pick about 6th if the lottery odds go the way they did last year when they were 5th last. They got the 5th pick. This year they're currently sitting at 6th last. They could still end up in 5th last again, but we'll see. The Habsolutely podcast. So I want to talk to you guys about the last couple episodes that I've posted in studio with my friends Paul and John right here in Niagara Falls, guys that I've linked up with to be a guest on their Habsolutely podcast several times this past season. And I want to propose to the guys possibly making it a semi-regular thing. And I think we've already been talking about it. So there aren't a lot of Montreal Canadiens podcasts in person on camera on YouTube that you can watch. They're all digital where everybody's in their own location, which is fine. Totally. It works for me most of the time too, as you guys know. That's mostly what I've done is digital podcasts, not in person, but this is a different dynamic. And that's why I want to talk to you guys about this in a moment. I'll kind of just start with the draft season approaching. And you know what? There's already people, including Craig Button and Pierre Maguire, saying who the Canadiens should take in the draft, and we've already got some candidates. And the biggest one is Cole Yzerman, who is a scoring. Basically, he's known right now, as we know, as one of the best, if not the best, scorers that are going to be available this year in the 2024 NHL entry draft. Cole Yzerman currently sitting at 22 games played, 24 goals, 7 assists, 31 points in those 22 games with the U.S. national development team. And it is intriguing because I don't want to go down this rabbit hole again and just totally not focus on defensemen. And then we take a defenseman, because that's what I did last year. We talked all about Michkov, Ryan Leonard, the forward I wanted was Ryan Leonard, but you guys know that we were all talking about forwards last year, Zach Benson, Will Smith. We were talking about every forward under the sun that the Canadiens could select, and they did not select a forward. They took David Reinbacher, which I do believe is the right pick. But that being said, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole again necessarily. However, it does seem like Cole Yzerman and this guy right here, Tage Ginla, are basically the consensus biggest interest right now for fans. Ginla is also known as a scorer too. He's a centerman too. And Cole Yzerman's a left winger, shoots left. But these guys are over 6 feet. They're only going to get bigger. Some people want Demidovs. Let's throw them up here. Probably not going to make it to the Canadiens by the time they select, unless they somehow get a top 2 pick, which Craig Button seems to think that Demidov's going to be, in his mind, possibly shooting up as high as 2nd overall. We'll see. But the draft season is approaching. The rumors are flying, and it's nice that we're going to get into this season shortly, because we're going to have a lot of time. As you know, the Canadiens not making the playoffs, but can we just have a draft lottery first before we really dig in and see who we're going to take in the draft? Because we really don't know until we actually know exactly where we're going to be picking. So we could be picking in the top 5. We could be picking in the top 6, 7, 8, 9. We don't know. So I'm not going to get too much into it. I just know that based on everything I'm seeing from all of you guys out there on X, Twitter, that Cole Yzerman and again, let's seem to have a lot of interest from fans right now in terms of the forwards that are going to be available at this draft. So that being said, we don't know where the Habs are going to select in the top 10. We're going to find out soon enough. Once the NHL draft lottery is announced, it will likely be in the first week of May. So I'm looking forward to that. Going to do a live stream again on this channel when that happens. All right. So the Habsolutely podcast, I'm looking at possibly doing this maybe with the guys once or twice a month, even into the off season, as news breaks for the Canadiens, as we make our draft picks and everything like that. So it's about an hour-long podcast, and so far from what I've seen from views wise, you guys have seemed to at least given it a chance to give us a chance to talk with these legends that I call them, these guys from Habsolutely, who are older gentlemen who lived through the era of Rocket Richard, Guy Lafleur, Jean Beliveau, all the Habs legends you can think of. They've seen the glory years, but they're also very invested in today's team, in today's Canadiens. So it's been a lot of fun to talk to these guys and share that passion. So I think we're going to try to do this in-person Habsolutely podcast at least once a month. Maybe I'll talk to the guys. Nothing confirmed yet, but we're going to work out a location, if we're going to keep recording in the same studio or not. So that's what's happening with me right now. I want to talk to you about all the Habs prospects and how the last 2 weekends they were all ripping it up, including the likes of David Reinbacher, Owen Beck, Philip Machar, Florian Jacki, you name it. I mean, every Habs prospect, Jacob Fowler, all these guys were literally lighting it up recently, and I didn't get a chance to talk about it much on this channel. So once I get back into it here more regularly, we'll do that. But I just wanted to let you guys know what's up and give you a bit of an update here. That's all I really got. Shout out to my buddy Matt, aka Hockey Junkie, who's in Montreal right now, experiencing Montreal for the very first time, including the Canadiens. He got an entertaining tilt against Tampa last night, despite the loss. And he'll be at the Leafs game too. So we can't wait to hear from Matt and how his trip's going. But shout out to him as well. And that's all I got for you guys right now. So thank you for watching, guys. Appreciate the support as always, even if I'm not making as many regular appearances on the channel right now. I'm going to be working to change that slowly. So that's the plan right now, is to do more content soon and hopefully get that Habsolutely podcast firmed up so we can have more regular content. If you guys would enjoy that, we have to do it by your response to see if you would enjoy that in-person, in-studio style of podcast. So thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you real soon. Appreciate it. Cheers, guys.